Joining us now is Jason Furman, Harvard Kennedy School Economic Policy Professor, and former chair of the White House Council of Economic Advisors under President Obama. So your reaction to Scott Bessent, what we know about him as the potential Treasury Secretary in charge of economic policy?
Look, he's serious, he's mainstream, he's smart. The open question is, will he, how will he be advising the president? And will the president listen to him? Because ultimately, all these economic decisions are the president's call.
And the big question is, how do you cut the deficit, as Bessent has said he wants to, while extending those Trump tax cuts and eliminating taxes on tips, Social Security benefits, doing all the things he wants, as well as tariffs, which are, by mainstream economic standards, inflationary.
Yeah, I think, there's the tariff question, and, he basically had to suck up to the president on the tariff issue. My hope is that behind the scenes, he's trying to dial it back and stop them. We'll see. Can he stand up to Trump? Does he want to stand up to Trump? But the other one you brought up is exactly right. Since Trump's election, interest rates, long-term interest rates, have kept going up. That's both because the market is betting on more inflation and more deficits. That's driven mortgage rates up. It's hurting American households. I think he's really going to have to grapple with that. And nothing I've heard out of his mouth so far is something that would address the issue. And it's the deficit that's underlying and driving that issue.
There's also reporting that Bessent has written, so I guess it's public, that he wants to have a shadow Fed. Now, there have been shadow Feds before. There was a professor in Pittsburgh who was a shadow Fed giving advice or criticism to the Fed chair. So maybe that's not such a bad thing. It's not the same as, the White House doing battle every day with the Fed or setting interest rates, as Donald Trump has suggested, in the Oval Office, which would be completely contradictory to all, sort of Western theory of running monetary policy independent of the political leaders.
Yeah, I agree. The idea that Bessent originally came up with was you confirm someone 2 years in advance of them starting the job, or a year or two in advance of them starting the job, and then everyone would listen to them. That was crazy. And to his credit, he actually said it was a negative reaction and he had dropped the idea. So if he's willing to say, I'm listening, I'm learning, on a lot of areas of the economy, the market is going to provide some discipline on what the Trump administration does. That's very, very different from many of the other areas of policymaking in the Trump administration, which you were talking about earlier today, and we'll keep talking about so much.
How are you looking at Elon Musk's role in the Trump administration? I've been reporting on just the inherent conflicts of interest. There's also his role regarding China. Trump has advocated, and he's got hawks in the national security job, certainly at the State Department with Marco Rubio, China hawks. But as it relates to China, where Musk is so heavily invested, where Tesla makes half of its cars, and has been so close to Xi Jinping and, kind of an ally of China with Elon Musk.
Yeah. Look, I think Elon Musk is a huge conflict of interest. And, the government's a complicated, difficult thing. You need some patience to understand it. When it comes to spending cuts, for example, they're very well understood by career civil servants what needs to be done to make the government more efficient. And it's actually Congress that has been opposed to doing it, including many Republicans in Congress as well. So Elon Musk has some really, really enormous strengths and some enormous talents. We're going to have the Department of Government Efficiency. My hope is that they, one, don't engage in one big conflict of interest, and two, get people that really knows how the government works, in addition to all the outside agitators he's trying to bring to bear.